So as the title says, if you're on your way into becoming the avid reader or just the reader that knows more tropes or more themes, as I like to call them, because I don't know how the trope word literally came into our lives through TikTok and everything, but yeah, we're just going to call them themes. But when I'm telling you that I'm having some of the themes that I would have ranked them in two categories. One is Yes Please, in which I'm not really crazy about them. Maybe I love them, maybe I'm like super enthusiastic about them and reading about them, and some of them I'm over it. We're just going to rank today a few of the themes that they're pretty recurrent in the books that I'm reading, especially the romantic series or the fantasy series, and let's just dive into it. And we are having The Only One Bed, the first theme. I didn't really get too much into this one because I think I got into it in ACOTAR for sure. Maybe. I don't know. I think ACOTAR like pops up in my mind with one bed, but I'm not so sure when it happened. So you're just going to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong or something. But I feel like although I didn't come across very often with this theme, I am maybe or an over it already because I feel like it's so outdated, or it's like just the classic cliche-ish scenery in which they're going to fall in love, or this is where it happens, you know, and where it starts, and I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. It just doesn't really, not really define me, but it doesn't really intrigue me, let's say. Then we are having the Enemies to Lovers, and this is a massive yes because this is like the most recurrent theme that I am reading in most of my series, because I'm just loving the way that, hey, you're having an enemy, but you know it's that kind of like high schooly hate that you're having towards them, because most of the romantic series out there on the market nowadays, it's just like a high schooly hate in which, oh no, he's mocking her, oh no, he's calling her names, oh no, she's like dumping something of his into the toilet or something, and that's it. And basically, yeah, not really big of all, but if you love Enemies to Lovers, you definitely need to try Zodiac Academy. I know it's really overwhelming, and I know it's like a lot to ask for, especially if you're not really so deep into these Enemies to Lovers, but if you love Enemies to Lovers, just go into Zodiac Academy, because sometimes it would feel like it's too much, and until book 4, it's heavily Enemies to Lovers, and then it's like something else, right? Then we're having The Chosen One, and this is a massive yes. The massive yes is like with Violet Sorrengail from the Empyrean series, the first book, Fourth Wing especially. This is The Chosen One. She's like so smart, she's like whatever. Although she doesn't need to be in the Scribe Quadrant or in something, and she's forced into the Raiders Quadrant, she literally is the Chosen One. Also the Chosen One with like ACOTAR, with like Throne of Glass, with like also Zodiac Academy with the twins. There are a lot of chosen ones, and I think there is a chosen one in everything, especially in Lord of the Rings with Frodo. Frodo is the chosen one to carry the ring to Mordor, right? And I'm like, each and one of them is the chosen one. And also Game of Thrones with like Daenerys and like Jon Snow and anything. And I'm like, the chosen one is like so recurrent, but we are not classifying it as a theme. And I'm like, why? Why people aren't talking about this? Because the chosen one is one of my favorite themes in fantasy series. Then we are having the First Proximity one, which is kind of like, hey, I'm forced to fall in love with you because you're near me and I don't have another, fish in the ocean. And I'm kind of like over it because I feel like it's so overused and like so cliche and like so, okay, you're the guy next door and I don't have any other guys next door. You're just lying. Like every other family has a girl and not a boy, or you just don't like them, and that is the guy just because he's like what next door, and like the second door to your door you don't like him. Or maybe there is not even a guy, there's like an old couple and not having kids or something. I just don't believe it. I don't know, I'm feeling over it, and we're just going to go with it. Then we're having the Magic System one. I was so shocked when I found this as ranked as a theme on also Goodreads and also ChatGPT and also like all the sources that I used in order to kind of make a short and compact list of like the recurrent themes. But I was like, yes, I love it. I love the Zodiac Academy magical system. I love the kind of magical system from Lord of the Rings also that I mentioned it before, like kind of the magic rules, and like the Hogwarts one from Harry Potter, from the Arcana Academy that is on my TBR list, and it's like really cool, a tarot based world that like everything is based on tarots. I really love. And also Shadowhunters. Oh my god, the Shadowhunters one. The Shadowhunters with the runes with like a symbolic meaning that is either runes that it's either they're like pacts, like artifacts. I'm a sucker for them and I will read this until I die. I'm hoping that my taste won't change, but yeah. The love triangles. The love triangles is a big maybe towards over it, because I haven't come across a lot of love triangles, first of all. Second of all, I don't really know if I would like love triangles, because for example, the Like Lark series, everyone is hating on it because there is 4 books appeared into the series already, and it's a 5-book decision already, but people are saying that they're reading the series just to know from the main character who she ends up with. So for that reason, and that's stalling just for the author to sell another book or something, or at least this is what in my opinion it is, right? You can treat it as a money pit, and also it can be executed bad, because like it can be clear that you're having 2 options for the main character, and like the first option is way better than the second one, and like most of the authors I've seen that they are not doing well the second character. I mean, they're not really plot twisting it, they're not really giving him a personality, they're giving everything and putting every resource into the first guy, and the second dude is just the flaws that the first one should have or something, and he doesn't have any qualities, he doesn't have any personality, he's like empty, an empty vessel, and I'm like, okay, I don't like this. So maybe we're just over it, we're just going to say. The forbidden love and the found family ones, they're massively yeses, because it's found family in ACOTAR, it's found family in Throne of Glass, it's found family in Christian City, it's found family in Lord of the Rings, it's found family in basically everything that I'm reading, and I love it. And the forbidden love, you know, the teacher and the student kind of like spicy, and it gives some suspense into the story, especially with Zodiac Academy. And I'm like, oh my god, who are going to catch them? Oh my god, no, they got caught. Oh my god, thank god they didn't. Oh my god, it was so close. I don't know, I feel like it adds some suspense, not so good as the thriller suspense, right, or the horror suspense, but like it gives some suspense that it would be like oh my god, I was flabbergasted by this book. So this is really good. Then I'm having morally gray characters, which this is a gray area for me, because I'm seeing that morally gray means something to some people and morally gray means something to other people. I know that the character has some morals, but some questionable ones also, and this is why it's a gray area. For me, at least, this is what I understood from this term. So let me know down in the comments below if I'm talking basically and you can just correct me, but I feel like it's really something that I love in books, because okay, maybe he's a vigilante, maybe he's like very super nice and like he doesn't really have a lot of qualities, but some of his morals are questionable because into the rules of that entire universe it's questionable to that, although he has good intentions, and it might come off wrong as a villain although he isn't, and something like that. Kind of what Recent was. At the beginning of ACOTAR, he was perceived as a villain because he did some of the stuff and whatever, blah blah. His father was like crazy, was rude, and was like a villain and was evil. And somehow he was perceived another way, and he wasn't like really like that, right? That's an interesting thing, and I'm putting it into the yes category. Yes, please. Also, if you like this video until now, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because it really helps me, and I'm planning on doing more gaming videos with Switch 2 recommendations, Steam Deck recommendations also, and more book related videos. So even though you like one part or the other, you can have both on this channel. Then we are having the good versus evil, which is a huge yes, because I think this is the most basic theme that you're seeing in everything, in like movies, songs, TV series, in anything basically, even reality shows. So this is a massive yes, and I don't think I will need to explain why. Then I came across a theme that ChatGPT said that it's the quest, like the main character is having a mission, kind of like the Frodo delivering the ring and destroying it into Mordor, the volcano there. I'm having a goal into giving this character a purpose in order for them to achieve something, which is wholesome. I just love this so much, and yes, please just give me more, give me 14 of them right now. Then we're having the ancient prophecies strong heroism. heroines. It's basically two of them, but like the ancient prophecies and the strong heroines, they're both in the same category, so I'm just going to say about them. It's a yes, please, because I just cannot believe that I'm reading something with like good and evil, the enemies to lovers, heavily into enemies to lovers, the strong heroines, and the chosen one in all the same book. Because this is the Zodiac Academy series for me, and I know I've been talking about it non-stop in almost all of my videos, and whenever I get the chance to recommend it, to recommend the romantasy, to recommend the enemies to lovers, to recommend the bully romance, and I promise you it's one of the series from Book Talk, but it's popular for a reason. And yeah, it's really the devotion in which the authors really got into describing the world, the universe, the weaknesses, the strengths, the orders, the rules. Just let me know down in the comments below if you want me to make a separate video only about this, in which probably I will give you not so major spoilers. I mean, kind of like talk you through about some of the characters, but without telling them, hey, he's dying, this is surviving, hey, this is how the war ends, right? No, I'm not going to say that, but I'm like, hey, he discovers this, omitting some of the details in order for you to still be curious and still just enjoy your writer. I think there are more details than tiny spoilers, now that I'm thinking of that. This is a better meaning and a better wording, but yeah. But I'm really recommending Zodiac Academy with strong heroines. I'm really recommending ACOTAR. I'm recommending the Empyrean series. I know they're all popular. Also Lord of the Rings, even though she's like very small part, a strong heroine for like a scene, but really Eowyn was like amazing. Also the Throne of Glass I want to read because it has like such a strong heroine theme in it, so yeah. And also if you have some of the recommendations, just let me know down in the comments below. And lastly, we are having the Fated Mates theme, which this is a controversial one because in Zodiac Academy I loved how it was executed, it was supposed to happen, and how and when, the timing. But most of Fated Mates, I feel like it's so forced. The thing with the ACOTAR, I don't feel like it was forced, but neither well executed. I feel like it was something there just for Feyre to believe this is your man, this is the dude that you're supposed to marry, but without any further explanation. Like, you just left me wondering as a reader, why is happening? Because for example in Zodiac Academy, you're learning about it the same way that your characters are learning it in the classroom. You're learning it with your characters in the classroom, and ACOTAR is just thrown out there. You know, this dude, they just appeared chapters ago. Your mate, and you're supposed to love him unconditionally, and you're supposed to marry him, and even though you don't like this is your fate. And basically you're like, okay, why? How did it get there? And I know that I haven't read like ACOTAR in a long time. Now that I'm thinking of it as a whole, I feel like it should have explained better, because otherwise I would have known, would have remembered this important detail, because usually I'm not the type to reread books, to rewatch TV series or something, because I'm like retaining information about specific and like important details. And now probably you're just going to butcher me in the comments and say, oh no, but look how this happened, you forgot about it. But I was like, yeah, if that happened in a certain way and it was like really a speculative kind of decision, you know, for her to become the mate, and hey, I don't think it was something memorable or just something that my brain was like, oh, it's an important detail, you need to know about this world, that this is happening like this. It's like a yes, a massive yes for when it's executed well, but it's like a maybe to over it when it's not really kind of giving me an explanation of something. So these were all the themes that I got. Just let me know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree or something like that. Also let me know what you're reading, because I'm actually finishing book 8 of Zodiac Academy, and then I'm having so less books. I'm having 2 novellas in 1 book, and then I'm finishing it. But yeah, that's a wrap on today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go to Instagram and follow me there too, because I'm posting daily content, daily reels, also stories, also anything, and also related to this YouTube channel. So just go down there in the description below and just go and follow my socials. And see you in the next video. Until then, happy reading. Bye bye.